Some houses are empty. Some houses are abandoned. And then there are houses that are waiting. This story is not a legend, not a rumor, and not something passed down on the internet for clicks. This is a real American story that stayed buried for years because the truth was too disturbing to accept. What you are about to hear happened in the United States, and the people connected to it are still alive today. Once you hear how it ends, you'll understand why no one wanted this story to come out. In 2009, when the housing market collapsed across America, thousands of homes were left empty. Foreclosures turned quiet neighborhoods into ghost streets. That's when Daniel Harper, a 34-year-old IT technician from Ohio, found what he believed was a second chance at life. Freshly divorced, emotionally drained, and tired of apartment living, Daniel wanted isolation. He wanted silence. He wanted a place where no one knew him. The house he bought was perfect on paper. 4 bedrooms old, but solid. Built in the 1970s. No visible damage. And the price was unbelievably low. The realtor avoided questions about the previous owners, only saying the house had been vacant for a long time. Daniel didn't push. He signed the papers and moved in alone. The first night was quiet. Not peaceful quiet in a way that felt wrong. No passing cars. No distant sirens. No wind, just a heavy stillness. Daniel went to sleep around midnight, exhausted from unpacking. At exactly 2:17 a.m., he woke up suddenly. No sound had woken him. No nightmare. Just the overwhelming feeling that he wasn't alone. His heart was racing. He sat up in bed, listening. That's when he heard it. 3 soft knocks. Not from the front door. Not from outside. From somewhere inside the house. Delibera. A knock. 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 Daniel checked his phone. 2:17 a.m. He walked through the hallway, checking every room. Nothing was out of place. The basement door was locked. He convinced himself it was stress and went back to bed. 3 nights later, it happened again. Same time. A las 2:17 de la mañana. This time, it wasn't knocking. It was a whisper, a voice quietly saying his name, Daniel. It didn't sound threatening. It sounded familiar, like someone who knew him well. The voice seemed to come from the walls themselves. Daniel didn't sleep after that night. The next day, while taking out trash, Daniel met his neighbor, an elderly man named Mr. Caldwell, who had lived there for decades. Daniel casually mentioned strange noises and asked if he knew anything about the house. Mr. Caldwell's expression changed immediately. He went silent for a long moment before saying, "That house doesn't like new people." Daniel laughed nervously, but the old man didn't smile. "You're the 4th one," he added, "the 4th owner who moved in alone." When Daniel asked what happened to the others, Mr. Caldwell just shook his head and went back inside. Days passed, and Daniel began hearing things regularly. Footsteps when no one was there. Breathing behind him. The sound of furniture moving slightly at night. Then, one afternoon, while organizing storage, he noticed a loose wall panel in the basement. Behind it was a small space containing something wrapped in plastic and old cassette tape. On the label, written in shaky handwriting, were the words, "Play at 2:17 a.m. Daniel told himself he wouldn't do it, but curiosity won. That night, at exactly 2:17 a.m., he sat in the living room and pressed play. The tape began with static, then heavy breathing. Panicked breathing. A man's voice followed, trembling. "If you're hearing this, it means the house chose you to." Daniel felt his blood turn cold. The voice continued, explaining that the house learns your routines, your fears, your weaknesses. Then the tape captured screaming, really desperate screaming. Then silence. The tape stopped. Terrified, Daniel took the cassette to the police the next morning. They took it seriously. Voice analysis matched the recording to a man named Eric Monroe, reported missing in 1998. His body was never found. Further investigation revealed something worse. 3 men had disappeared from that same house over the years. All lived alone. All vanished without signs of struggle. Their cases were labeled voluntary disappearances. Until now, police installed surveillance cameras throughout the house and advised Daniel to stay somewhere else. He refused. He wanted answers. On the 7th night, officers monitored the cameras remotely. Everything was normal until 2:16 a.m. At exactly 17 a.m., every camera went black simultaneously. No power surge. No technical fault. When the feed returned, minutes later, Daniel was gone. There were no signs of forced entry. No blood. No struggle. Only one thing remained on the living room table. A new cassette tape. The police played it inside the evidence room. The voice on the tape belonged to Daniel. Calm. Resigned. If you're hearing this, it means the house knows your name now. The house was sealed and condemned. No one was allowed inside again. But neighbors still report seeing lights turn on at night. Always at 2:17 a.m. And sometimes, if you stand close enough, you can hear 3 knocks coming from inside. Some truths are hidden for a reason. Some places don't want to be understood, and some houses never let you leave. If you want more real, dark American stories that were never meant to be told, subscribe to Dark Truth Stories and turn on notifications, because the next story might be closer to home than you think.